Good morning to all. Today, the chapter 15 e-commerce. Commerce, in the sense, buying and selling goods. The process of buying and selling goods is called a commerce. But e-commerce, in the sense, the process of buying and selling goods, but via the internet, is called e-commerce. So, in traditional commerce, buying and selling goods through the traditional way, that means we can go to the shop and directly physically we are going and buying the goods and selling the goods, everything done by the physically in direct method. But e-commerce, everything the same buying and selling goods but via the internet. Example is Amazon. So via the Amazon, so via the network we can buy the goods from the Amazon. We are selling some goods to the via the internet is called e-commerce. So the process of buying and selling goods via the internet is called e-commerce. Next topic is the very important, the development and growth of e-commerce. How and nowadays e-commerce, every people, they are lying to they don't like to go to the shop, they buying and everything. So all most of them, they wanted to buy a e-commerce. So it is very easy to all of them, it is very convenient because wherever they are staying, then there itself they are buying the goods without going physically. They don't want to go to the shop and everything. So how the e-commerce is developed now. So I'll wrote in a simple diagram. It is a first, that means 1995 to 2004, how it is growth, in the sense 10 million people are they like to buy things via the e-commerce. And the next wave, and this is next attempt, 2004 to 2010, second wave, that is increased now. And in the third wave, that is 2010 to till now, it is totally increased, that is 100 million people they are like to buying and selling the goods via the e-commerce. It shows us. Let's we see in the first way what will be the happening, how the e-commerce is growing. In the first wave, it starts from 1995 to 2004. And dot com companies are most American companies. Dot com, in the sense www dot flipkart, www, that dot com companies, most of them not in Indian, everything most of them in American companies. So they are only started. And also the websites also in only in English. So websites, all we want to search and everything will be in English. And huge investment for the first wave, it is a beginning stage. So investment level is very high in their companies. So it is a beginning stage. So the internet facility is done by the bandwidth, so security is very low. So bandwidth, in the sense broadcast facilities, through the, not for the Wi-Fi, internet facilities is given by the broadband. So the security level is very slow. And customers don't have the option to let a company, because only few more companies are developed. So customers don't have to options to go their wish, they want to something to buy. So their wishes, their options is very low, because only 2 or 3 .com companies are developed. Even though, so these problems is happening, but even though the first wave companies enjoy the first attempt. So the second wave starts from 2004 to 2010. So and .com companies are burst, that means lot of companies are developed. .com companies, as like many online companies are developed. So buying and selling many countries. So not in America, lot of countries are started to do that. And it is translated with many languages. Even we can search or needed things via the Tamil and via the Telugu, Malayalam, everything. So many languages it is transfer, so translated. And companies just like to want to expand their opportunities. So always everybody, they like to expand their companies. And it can grow steadily. See, it can grow steadily, so it cannot reach the down level. So when compared to first wave, it is totally steadily, it is growth. And customers have more choices. So if we search a single thing in Amazon, so the same product is available in Flipkart. As like many company, many dot coms is having the same choices. So customers, we have more choices to buy a same we liked product. The third wave starts from 2010 and till it is in a third wave, and it is a present. It connected to customer via the mobile. So still now, still second wave, everything is done by the computer. But in the third wave, everybody we having a mobile phones. So real time growth is done in a third wave, on demand transaction. So there is no limitation by the time, because in the 24 into 7, that is in when we like to buy a things, and that time we can just order it, because there is no time limit. So may include artificial intelligence also. So this is a growth and development of e-commerce. And the next topic is e-commerce models. So the model, how it is developed, that is as for the heading itself I have written this B2B, that is matrix format, business, consumer and government. So in the business, business to business first model is, and next one is in the same like business, customer and government. So first is business to business, business to consumer, business to government, consumer to business, consumer to consumer, consumer to government, and government to business, government to consumer and government to government. That is totally 9 models are available in the e-commerce. First one is business to business, that is commercial transaction takes place. That is, for example, business to, it is only transaction between one business to another business only. That is, cycle company is connected with the tires. So cycle company is one of the business, and tire company is so two of them they are tie-upping, is called business to business. Next is business to consumer. So business peoples are dealing with the consumer, that is our users. That is, business is done only with the consumer. For example, book company, it is a business, it is selling their books to consumer, that is for us. So book company is a business, and consumer is we. So they are selling our books to us. And next is business to government. So they are doing business to the government. So for example, laptop companies. So laptop companies, they are creating a laptop for the students in the government schools. So nowadays the government schools, so the 12th standard, we have to go with the help of the government, they are providing a laptops. That laptop company is created by the business, but they are doing the business for the government. The next one is consumer to business. So consumers, we doing some such a things to business oriented. For example, traveling websites. So consumers, they're developing a many traveling agencies for the business business mindset. Then consumer to consumer. So consumer directly connected with the consumer. For example, matrimonial websites. So matrimonial website, they're creating a they are doing life partners. So the consumers directly help to the consumer, and consumers to government. For example, income tax payment, house tax. So it is paying by the consumer, but to whom? In the sense government. So we are tax paying everything, we consumer, and we have to pay the government. And government to business. So government to the business, the government is dealing with the business. For example, road project. So road project is done only for the government to the takes place to the business. They are giving opportunity to the business peoples. The next one is government to consumer. So government is directly is giving such a things to consumer for us. For example, they are issuing a certificate through the online. So nowadays we don't want to go the government office, we have to stay for 1 day, 2 day, and we don't want to stand in a line. We have to get even a single certificate for bringing with the government. So nowadays everything is not possible. So everything is via the internet they are providing. So this is the government to the consumer. And government to government. So the joining a multiple governments bureaucracy. So the government is connected with the another government for such a even now what coronavirus. For that, their government is helping to the some government. So for example, America, we are hydroxyl tablets we are providing, Indians we are providing to the other countries. So this is a government to government, for the best example. The next one is difference between, these are the 9 models. The next one is the difference between traditional and e-commerce. Traditional in the sense we can go to the shop directly and we can buy the things with the physically, but e-commerce through the internet we are buying and selling the goods. So first difference is buying and selling through the physically, but we are the computer. Next one is consumer easily identify the products, because we can do directly we are going, and so we can directly we can analyze what is the product. But here it is not possible, because after reaching the product we can check what is the product, and not open to the all time. So traditional e-commerce, it starts from 8 o'clock till 9 o'clock, that's all, but it is all the time. And payment through the cash or check. So payment, we are buying such a things, we have to pay some money, so it is through the cash. But it is via the card payment, credit card, debit card, everything, not in a cash. And delivery the product instantly. So whenever we give the money, it is instantly we get the money, so our product. But we have to wait for 1 or 2 days for delivering the product. This is the difference between traditional commerce and e-commerce.